Hello YouTube and welcome back. Today I'll be doing the March fire alarm system test, so let's go ahead and get started. So up on the system today I have these vintage Wheelock 7002 horn strobes. As you can see, they have this really retro appearance on the wall. I do like how these look. They're from the 80s, so they definitely aren't compliant for modern standards. They have these nice frosted strobes on the top that do not sync whatsoever. You can see that the horn in the back is painted. That's just the diaphragm. These are mechanical horns, which means that they make that really loud vibrating noise. You can see on the bottom, this is manufactured by Wheelock Signals Incorporated. This unit, again, is pretty old. If you go down, I have a Firelight BG6 pull station. Probably a pretty common pull station that you'd see with the 7002 because, of course, it is Firelight and it is pretty relevant to the time period. But you can see it's mounted on a red box, which makes it look semi-official. And then, of course, this has the trim plate, which makes it look nice. If I back up, I actually do really like how this system looks. Honestly, in terms of novelty, this is probably one of the best systems I've ever put up just because how realistic it does look, but that's what we have up here. Going into the fire museum, I have another 7002 horn strobe. You can see this one's exactly the same as the other one. It's also on a flush trim plate, which looks nice. Also, you can see this one does not have fire lettering for ceiling mount operation, but again, really doesn't matter because the system isn't serving life safety purpose, and honestly, it doesn't matter. Also, this is a 1400 smoke detector, so this is an ionization unit. Definitely not compliant for modern standards. Ionization detectors generally don't age that well, but in this system they do because this is a legacy system and it really doesn't matter. So let's go into the bathroom here. You can see I have this frosted Wheelock strobe. It's probably the closest remote strobe I could find. I actually do think it matches the theme pretty well. It might be a little newer, but honestly it doesn't really matter. But you can see it does look nice on that single gang box. You can see it says fire on all the sides. Pretty cool. If we go out into the main basement area, the carbon monoxide speaker strobe is still the same. I have this unmarked system sensor advanced speaker strobe. I do wish it had that yellow strobe attachment because you can buy the little decals for it, but unfortunately I don't have one. But it doesn't matter because it literally says carbon monoxide when it's activated. The far basement door, I have a Kidda B5. So this is a fully metal pull station. It's also really retro. You'd probably actually see these with 7002s or 7002Ts. But these are interesting pull stations. I actually think they do look pretty nice. They definitely have that retro appearance to it, but you lift here and then you pull that handle down. Of course, I do have that i3 there, which is always a classic. And then finally, by the far side of the basement, I have another Wheelock 7002. This one's exactly the same as the other one. Literally, the mounting is exactly the same too because it's on this nice trim plate. The trim plates are actually new. I bought the trim plates from eBay and they came like still in their plastic. And believe it or not, those trim plates are still being manufactured. The ones I got were actually branded by Siemens. And they still sell the exact same semi-flush trim plates for today's devices. Here in the panel room, I have the fire panel, which is an SFP 10UD. I have this pull station here, which is a BNG1, but it's rebranded by Spectronics, which Spectronics also actually did manufacture a lot of equipment that used these devices for the signaling appliances. So I think they were definitely a larger player back in the day, but this pull station definitely matches the theme, especially for the time period. And then of course I have this 7002 up here. It's the same thing as everything else, except there is obviously no trim plate on it. Out here in the garage, I have another 7002 horn strobe. This one actually sounds wicked nice. Once you hear it go off, you'll hear that it basically sounds exactly like a 7002 was supposed to sound. And also check out that beautiful conduit work. I wonder who did that. Up here I have a system sensor 2400 smoke detector with that thermal sensor. Again, a little questionable as to whether or not it's a good idea to have a smoke detector in the garage. Haven't had any issues with it yet, but if it has a false alarm, then I'll just replace it with a heat only. And then going down, I have another Firelight BG6. Nice and classic pull station. You can see this one is a BG6. And of course we have the annunciator. Before I activate this system, I'm actually going to put on hearing protection. Most of the time when I film these system tests, I do not need hearing protection because these alarms don't usually bother me that much, but these ones are an exception because they're just so obnoxious. So I literally had to wait until no one was home and I'm putting these on. 3, 2, 1. See, these strobes are flashing outside, which you can't tell at all on camera because the sun is being the sun right now. But you'll just have to trust me that they are flashing. Again, I did disable the horns on these units because I don't really feel like having these things going off every time the system inside goes, oh, where is the strobe? The heck? I mean, I guess that's a win because it's flashing. I mean, at least it works. I don't know if it's supposed to be here, but I'll have to put that back up. All right, well, yeah, maybe we should pull it while it's on the floor. You can hear the horns going off. Let's go ahead and reset this pole. Oh, reset this pole station here without causing any damage to this unit that is on the ground. And then we can go ahead and reset that pole station. Let's go ahead and re-alarm with the BG6. Put the door back on the magnet. Again, this magnet will release the door automatically when the fire alarm sounds. It's actually a decent safety feature to have. Again, it's like the one part of the system that actually serves a purpose. But this pull station resets with this screw at the top. Technically, it has an Allen head in it, but it's always loose enough that you can kind of just turn it with your fingers. Here's the inside of it. Again, it's basically just a BG10, except it's a little more complicated. This button is held in by this handle. When you pull it down, it lets that button out, and then also it latches the handle down. So you just open it and then close it back up again. And that's how you reset it. Just kind of close that screw. Let's see if this is the right Allen key for this pull station. Just kind of turn that screw down there until the pull station resets, and then you can go ahead and just tighten it back up. You don't actually have to open the pull station all the way. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm not getting that. I'm just gonna grab a new one. All right, what should we do next? Probably a smoke detector. Let's go ahead and do this one right here. Let's put our nail on a stick into the testing hole. You know what would actually be kind of cool? What if we set the system on code 3 and coded these weird sounding horns? Let's try this unit. This unit actually takes a notifier key, so I can just steal the key out of the panel, reset that pull station. Let's try some march time. Go ahead and use this smoke detector here to activate the system. Now I'm going to try something that I don't do that often. I'm going to put this in walk test. So I can put it in silent walk test, which will just make the panel beep. But I want an audible walk test so we can hear the devices go off. Now this unit is in walk test. So for example, when I activate this zone, which I already did, it'll go off momentarily. And as you can see, it just goes off and then silences itself. So it's really helpful for technicians, because when they walk a building, especially if they're just one person, then it's really, really annoying to have to go back, silence. So it makes a lot of sense to just do that. And you can see it's beeping to tell you that it is in walk test. So let's go ahead and do a smoke detector. This smoke right here is really, really weird. A lot of people, when they get these, they think that they're broken, because unlike a 2400 or an i3, when you put the nail or whatever into the testing hole, it doesn't go off instantly. Now, these older detectors, you actually have to push it, because every 10 seconds, this detector will check to see if it's activated. There you go. So basically for these units, every 10 seconds, this unit is checking to see if it's activated. So once you're holding that test button in, it won't register until it checks in with the unit and sees that that test button is shorted. Unlike a 2400, where as soon as you push it, it goes off instantly. But there you go. So now let's do the i3 in the bathroom. Since this zone has already been activated, once I push this button, it's only going to go off for like a second, and then it'll silence. There you go. Let's go up to this unit right here. So we push in the test button, which is back here. Let's go ahead and test the units in the shed. It's really nice that it's finally not snowy everywhere. But let's go in here. See, this unit is flashing here. This red strobe is also flashing. You cannot tell at all on camera, and it's actually kind of hard to see in person because the sun is directly at it. But let's go inside. You can probably hear the horns going right now. We may as well also pull this BG6 while we're at it. Walk around to the basement. Pretty much every system test, people comment the exact same original comment like, huh, your neighbors must love you. But I mean, there's not really that many people who live around here. I mean, there's some houses in that block over there. But you can probably tell that you really can't hear the alarms that well from outside. I'm standing right next to my house, and like, you might be able to hear the alarms picking up on camera. But the sound of the wind is honestly more prevalent than the alarms. And these things don't go off that often anyways, but you can hear them when you get close to the door. So I'm going to do the home smoke alarm interface now, and this time I'm actually going to go all the way upstairs. I'm in one of the bedrooms right now, and I'm going to go ahead and test this unit, and you might even be able to hear the units downstairs activate. So ahead and do our CO alarm here. There you go. So I'm gonna do our functional test today in the garage. Usually I do it in that basement room, but today we're not even using a fog machine, we're using this microwave. Now this microwave actually used to be in my house, and about a month ago it stopped working, so I took it out here to see what was wrong with it, and when I ran it, it actually like blew up and started smoking. It wasn't food or anything, like there's something wrong electronically with it, but that's what filled this garage with smoke, and that's kind of what got me thinking of installing an automatic smoke detector out here. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of make this thing actually smoke some more, and I might put it up there so the smoke reaches the detector easier. Let's go and make it go for like, I don't know, 30 seconds.
Oh, it started to smoke. There it is.
Now it's really starting to smoke. Not quite enough to set off an alarm yet. So this microwave here obviously isn't working right, but it certainly doesn't produce enough smoke to actually set off an alarm. So I've gone ahead and put the fog machine inside of here. We're gonna simulate an actual fire. And in general, it's probably not a good idea to fill the garage with actual toxic smoke and suffocate myself. So I think this is the safer option here. Let's go ahead and start. As you can see, a lot safer this way because this smoke isn't gonna hurt you. Also, it actually rises and it's a lot more dense than fake electronic smoke. There's a lot of really dense smoke here already, so. Maybe this unit's just too old. Oh, there it is. Not sure if you can see, but the smoke is blowing out of the garage, and you can also see that these strobe lights are activated outside. Well, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you for watching. Please do like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Farewell.